I should stop fidgeting. Yeah, let's try this again. Okay. So today I wanted to talk about last names, and I do know that I made a different video about my, like, how I'm going to do it, but I wanted to talk a little bit different. I saw a question on an online stepmom blog. Someone asked a question about how do you feel with you having your husband's last name and your ex having your husband's last name. Yeah. So a lot of people were all over the place, and some people were with me, and some people were like, oh no, I didn't. I see different sides of it. I see one where if you were married a while and you created a name for yourself under that name, like you got, like I say, if you became a lawyer, a judge, you became, I don't know, somebody very successful in whatever field or line of work that you do or whatever you do, I feel like, well, yes, because if you go, like if you're Jane Smith, and that's Jane Smith, and then you switch it and you become Jane Wilson, be like, who's that? You know Jane Smith? Oh. And some people could, like, if you do like a cake catering business, or you cater for food, or you're a wedding planner, or you're whatever, like, that'd be really awkward, worst wedding planner. But anyway, you can lose by switching your name. I understand that you might lose clientele because people don't know who Jane Wilson is versus Jane Smith. Like, oh yeah, I remember her, or I know her, she's da da da. So it might be harder for, like, I definitely understand if you've created your name for yourself while you're married, absolutely. Also, I understand, one of my biggest things is I understand if there's kids. If there's kids, there's some women that totally feel fine taking their maiden name back and whatever. And then there's some women that they're like, no, I have kids. I want us to all have the same last name. Kudos. I don't care. And then there's some people that I feel like it's not as much as we think it is, but some people apparently are. They're just spiteful. Like, they just do it to be spiteful. And in that case, I think that's dumb. But we are women, and we are very emotional creatures, so we do stupid things. Now, what I think is weird, and I have heard this, okay, well, let's just say Kris Jenner started it. Well, this is where I heard about it first. So, the only, 3 times I've ever watched part of the Keeping Up with the Kardashians, she was still married to Bruce Jenner, who's now Caitlyn Jenner. Anyway, whole another topic. And she wanted to switch her last name to Kardashian again. And I was like, what the flip? Like, one, yeah, you had 4 kids with Kardashian, but you have 2 by Jenner. You're still married to Jenner, and you want to switch your last name to Kris Kardashian. Like, that was stupid. Like, oh, it's going to help promote me. No, it's going to make you look like a fool. You've been married to that guy for, 20 years, and now all of a sudden you want to switch your name back to your ex-husband's name? Your dead ex-husband's name? Anyway, that was really weird to me. But I have heard, this is what's weird. Okay, so I have heard of, a couple getting married, having kids, they divorced. The ex-wife, stop this, got remarried, but kept her ex-husband's name, even though she did have kids with her new husband. I think that's weird. Now, unless you made yourself the career or whatever, okay, fine. But I do think that's a little weird. Then another one was where the ex-wife, they divorced, she took her maiden name back. And then years down the road, she wanted to get his last name back. What the heck? Like, that I don't understand at all. At all. But as far as I feel like, no, one, you don't owe anybody an explanation. You do you. But I don't, like, in my situation, the ex has her ex-husband's name, which will be my new last name, and it doesn't bother me. 1, she has kids. 2, they have kids together, so if she wants to keep it. And 2, they were really young when they married. Everything has that last name on it. Kudos. Even if she got married, never had kids, but kept the last name, it still wouldn't bother me because those are her kids' last name. Like, you go into a thing and you're like, Jane Smith and Ariel and Eric Smith would, like, okay, not Jane Smith and William and Courtney, whatever, Zootopia. That's a random thing in my head. Like, I get it. If it, you know, if it makes you feel more comfortable or you want your kids and you to have that identity, totally understand. Doesn't bother me. It's like, kudos. I don't care. Some people that would offend, like, I have talked to some people that it really did offend. They're like, man, just drop the last name. And some people, I'm like, they're the former Mrs. Like, whatever. Don't care. Peace, you do you. Like, where some people, I think if you were being really vindictive about it or whatever, then I'd be like, hey guys, come on, like, stop being petty. But I feel like when we react to that, they like, ha ha ha. And so they do more stuff to kind of get to like upset you or yank your chain. And I'm like, whatever. It doesn't bother me. So basically that's this over 6-minute video is basically me saying, I don't care. Like, for me, I really don't. Do you want to carry the last name too? Kudos. You're the ex. Doesn't really matter. But I feel like if I was to get divorced, I would probably carry my ex-husband's name because I had kids. So, anyway, thanks guys for watching. See you next time.